What does Superman represent to people?
A friend, and that's what people really need most. They don't need a strong arm, one-man vigilante force. They need a friend. That's the heart of Superman, the genuine love of people, and that you always know he's your friend.
Superman as a character has always been a difficult one to translate to the screen for modern audiences. In an age saturated with so-so superhero adaptations, I went into James Gunn's Superman hesitant, jaded, with lowered expectations, in a market of schlock and overworked crew to pump out 3 of these a year to make the studio heads happy. Building up to its release, I steered clear of spoilers. This was going to be a fresh start, a new take, a new universe, with the Big Blue Boy Scout at the forefront, with a man who I feel understands these mythical heroes as well as us. So he takes the reins. He's told, we need a new universe. The old one didn't work. A universe born of Nolan's realistic portrayal of the Dark Knight, and a filmmaker with a huge heart and great ideas, but unfortunately on the clock to catch up to its more successful brother, who was never going to succeed. So, what do? You find hope in the darkness. Keep in mind that before this, DC's extended universe was tanking, the only glimmer of hope being a faithful, pure detective crime drama in The Batman. Gotham felt ripped straight from the page, and a better Batman hasn't been seen since Kevin Conroy. So how do we do Superman? I feel for years people have been fearful of doing a Superman movie. He hasn't had a solo outing in over 12 years, and before that there wasn't a universally faithful adaptation since 1978. So, how was the movie? I loved it. Was it perfect? No, not at all. But James Gunn's version of this DC universe is already rich with a world outside of what we see on screen, and it's full of possibilities with everything he lets us see just peering behind the curtain of his vision for the DCU. In just 2 hours we see hints of gods and monsters, the Lanterns, possible alternate Earths, the Hall of Justice, and Supergirl, hinting the future with the past carefully hidden in the background. And that's all before I talk about the characters. David Cornswet plays Clark Kent and Superman with such vulnerability and heart that I haven't felt with any other Superman since Christopher Reeve made us all believe that a man could fly. From the subtle nuances in the changing of his voice, the posture when going from Clark to Kal-El, or the fact he's a giant nerd who listens to the mighty Crabjoys and wants nothing more than to help people regardless of what he was put on this planet to do, or what anyone does to him. He and Lois look like a couple in early stages, figuring out how to work together. There is love there, but neither know how to work quite yet, and that's okay. The thing that matters is hope. They believe in each other. She goes from one dimension to another with Mr. Terrific to save him, and I'm sure in time he'll do the same for her. Lex Luthor has played exactly how he should be, not a man making God bow before him, but a man willing to start a literal war just for an excuse to kill the alien who became the focal point of the entire world. He is filled with so much hatred and jealousy for Superman to the point he clones an imperfect, bizarro-esque version of the alien, devoid of the ability to decide his own path, simply to be controlled to do the bidding of Lex. When Clark turns himself in, he's greeted with resistance, slammed into the ground by his clone and told he has no rights here. Put in a box with the key thrown away, no one can find him except the man who hates him more than anything, just to be mentally tortured, with Lex killing a man who he's spoken to once while calling him an it. While Clark, he acts more human, showing compassion and hope that Lex can change. But isn't that what Superman should be? Not a man shrouded in darkness devoid of hope, a man who puts one foot in front of the other, trying to do good. That's not to say he's without flaws. He walks away from Lois when he's faced with some hard truths, he lashes out when Lex takes Krypto, and the truth of his Kryptonian purpose is revealed. But at the end of it all, he's just as human as us. Superman to me is hope. Hope for the best in people, hope for the future, and hope that we can all be the people we aspire to be. Superman has me hopeful, not only for the future of the DCU, but the future of comic book movies. For too long, we've had too many middle-of-the-road stories being told. But I truly believe and hope that after Superman we can see a change. James Gunn has said it himself, every film will have its own feel, and that's exciting. Superman shouldn't be brooding and dark, no more than Batman should be flying around Metropolis saving squirrels from giant kaijus. These heroes stay with us for a reason, and I think in the current film landscape we've forgotten that they should inspire. Maybe I'm being too optimistic. Lois says it herself. Superman thinks everyone and everything is beautiful. But maybe that's the real punk rock. Seeing the best in everyone and being hopeful for the future.
I just wish you could all see the Earth the way that I see it. Because when you really look at it, it's just one world.